EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the legendary venues in the sport, historic Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start. It's going to be a wet one. Here we go from the Sun City. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
What is up?
Gets nothing, so no gain on the game's first snap.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Bears first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a first down. To throw, it's Williams. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Pass is caught. That's DJ Moore. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time. And he's able to secure a really nice catch.
That's a short one, caught by Loveland.
This is quarterback play at its finest, is understanding and identifying the blitz before the ball is snapped. That's what allows him to get the ball out of his hand so quickly, throws it to his hot receiver in the flat, and he does the rest.
Now Williams going to keep it himself. And he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
Williams to throw on second down. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
On third down, it's Williams. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
I think you got to go for it here, Mike. They've had this impressive opening drive where they've marched their way all the way down into the red zone, and the last thing you want to do here is settle for 3. This is the chance. Set the tone for the rest of the game, and let's see what they dial up here on 4th down.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Filthy.
They'll try and run for it. And he's in. Touchdown, Bears. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
When things haven't been going your way like they haven't around here recently, Mike, this is exactly what you need. You're looking for a spark. So to take the opening possession of the game, march it down there, and come away with the score, all of a sudden the sideline's a lot more positive. There's a lot more good energy amongst your teammates. Is that the spark they needed to turn this thing around?
Makes the score Bears 7, Falcons nothing.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
They're on 27-yard line.
They'll throw first play with Penix. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
And the Falcons 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Penix. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. It's 2nd down.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Back to throw. Here's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. That one intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Gordon. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. And he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard
From
line.
the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
1st
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
From 29, here's 2nd and 6.
What is up? 32, 32, 32. Yeah. Level.
The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. Now Williams. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
What is up?
Here's Williams now to throw. That's going to be incomplete. And he'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
He's lucky this one didn't go back the other way, Mike. He got away with just a bad decision, bad throw. And defensively, you get a chance to steal a possession for your offense. You've got to capitalize and make those plays.
Here we go. Ronaldo. Punch first.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. That is brought in at the 10. And will be taken down with the 1st down as time will run out on this opening quarter. Bears in possession here to start the 2nd quarter as they go to work on 1st and goal.
What is it on?
Quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
2nd and goal.
That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
What is up?
But the fullback trying to power it home. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal.
What is up? Patty.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to get in. Tackled at the line. It'll bring up 4th and goal.
A loss of a yard.
That third down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's third down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have fourth down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
A 20-yard attempt.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Bears will extend to a 10-0 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
To gain 7. Brings up second and 3.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 3. They'll run with Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 14 on the pickup. First down, Atlanta.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll throw on first down with Penix. There's Kyle Pitts with the grab. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
And the Falcon first down.
Let's go now.
On the give, it's Robinson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
On first down, right back to Robinson.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. Can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? Fourth down, and here's Penix. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And they're going to pick it up here. They took a chance, and it's 8 off. First and goal coming up.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
Brings up second
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. 3rd and goal. From the gun, here is Penix. And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Jim DK. Touchdown, Atlanta. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And he misses the extra point. It's no good. That is his 2nd miss of the year. And the score stays right where it is. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. To the left side and taken in by Smith. He's taken down but just shy of midfield. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That is 2nd TD catch of the season. Santos for the extra point. No problem with the footing. The kick is good. And the Bears are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
At their own 20-yard line.
Throwing now, Penix on 1st down. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. We'll come back to Soldier Field following this. Second down, they need 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Headed left, buying time. Now he takes off.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, you got to pay a price. And in this case, he takes a big shot, but not before he's able to pick up that 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Couple of 1st downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10, up at the 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw is Penix. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive. You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here, we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Now Penix on 3rd and long. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. On 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down.
29-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage as best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
So, 1 half in the books. 2nd half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Up the sideline at the 35. Down the sideline past the 45. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 79 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point
Here's Penix. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Bears 17. Falcons.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
This is taken in at the goal line. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. This one complete right side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
So, Mike, you find yourself in some of these inclement weather games, whether it's rain or snow. Really, the challenge falls on the defensive side. They're usually more in a reactionary position where they got to change directions and they got to react to the plays and the movement of the offense. So what you want to do in these bad games is keep the ball underneath, tackle well in space, and say, okay, offense, snap that slippery ball one more time, throw it one more time. Just make them go the long way. Don't get them off the hook by giving them a one-play score.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
What is it?
We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
What is it? Yeah. Tackle.
Williams to the air once more. That's going to be incomplete. Hopkins very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down. On 4th down, here's Tory Taylor to punt for Chicago. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Their catch called for and taken successfully.
At their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They're going to go play action with Penix. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Penix now off the bootleg. Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards. Now Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 9. Throwing is Penix. Now he'll air one out. It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Fuller. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So often, my defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after 1st down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Vegas, Vegas!
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete. Now he's going to bring up 3rd and real low.
And that's not going to do it. They'll get about 3, but it's 4th and long coming up.
No real surprise here, Mike. I think with the way their defense is playing, they decide to just play it safe, short run, get the ball a little bit closer for their kicker here on 4th down, and just make sure they end this drive with points.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This a 46-yard attempt. And that's going to run out of steam. It comes up short. No good. And this will stay a 3-point game.
And this is where playing in the elements can really become a problem. These kickers practice all year in pretty much ideal conditions. So sometimes you got to approach these kicks a little bit different. He's just unable to connect.
And the lefty Penix on 1st down. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
This is a great opportunity now for the offense to really seize control of this game. You just saw their opponent miss a field goal try, come out aggressive on the ensuing possession, strike deep early. Now see if they can put this drive together and end it with some points.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Out wide, that's Robinson. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They run over center with Robinson. And he's going to pick it up. Take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And if you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
Down inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Good blocking, and he's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. And his 2nd touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season. And he misses the extra point. It's no good. That is his 2nd miss of the year. And the score stays right where it is. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
What is going on?
They'll begin here on the ground. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
the 38 now. Here's second down and 7. Here's Williams. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss. This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears sending out their punt team. They forced a punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. They'll throw on first down with Penix. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. The penalty yardage certainly helps. Now it's 3rd down, and they need 5. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you would love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
This will be a return from the other side of midfield, and he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. They'll go play action here with Williams. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Like, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play. The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down. The Bears send out their punt team. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. On first down, it's Penix. Pushed out to his left. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown Atlanta. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a two-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Penix on first down. Moving left. He runs with it. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout. That's going to bring up second down. Here's a toss left side for Robinson. And surging forward for about 5 and to the 10-yard line.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
On third down, Penix. That one taken in. Jim DK. Touchdown, Falcons. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
17.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
What is that?
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Yes, 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 yes. Finish it. Touchdown.
Williams. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
That's taken in. Oh, big hole left side. And he will go all the way. Hank Bigsby. Touchdown, Bears. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Man in motion, heading left. From the gun, here is Penix. That's a slant to Ayuk. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, it's Robinson.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Penix on 3rd down. Exiting the pocket right. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. That's caught downfield by Smith. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. Awful time to get a penalty. Now 1st and 15. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd down and 15 yards to go.
Williams to the air once more. On throw right side is Intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown.
Yeah, that's just a mistake by this quarterback, Mike. That's just really inexcusable. You can't continue to push your luck. And at a level like this, against defenders this good, you continue to put the ball in harm's way, eventually, they're going to make you pay.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
The last two runs go nowhere and sets up third and very long. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big, forcing fourth down.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. On fourth down, out comes the punter. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
At the 48-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. And it is their third consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Everybody's got a song called Rockstar, running up the pop charts, all they do. I've been Houdini with my commas, my mama